What's good, Denver? It's Shelly Martinez, your host of Chopping It Up with Shelly at Hollywood Barbershop.
This is the barbershop. Barbershop. This is the barbershop. The place where a black man means so.
Good, Denver. Chopping Up with Shelly over here at Hollywood Barbershop. Today I have a special guest, a very talented braider here in the city. In my opinion, one of the best. Besides Exie.
Oh,
my God.
My sister. We have the same tattoo.
You guys are the bomb, I tell you what.
Thank you.
But this is AB, and AB, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Tell me a little bit about you.
So I'm going to be 31 tomorrow, actually.
Yay,
my birthday's
happy
tomorrow.
Birthday.
But I've been in the industry about 12 years.
Okay.
I started off, I have a cosmetology license, so I started off just doing women's hair in general. I was never really interested in like men's cuts or anything like that. I obviously learned them in school, but I never practiced them. So I just started doing women's hair. I was doing Brazilian blowouts, color, cut, highlights, all of the things, extensions. But when I was in school, I started braiding from this one girl, Karina. She actually did like cornrows really small. And I was like, I want to learn how to do that. So she was very helpful. And so she got me started, and I just kind of grew on it. I practiced all the time on my mannequins, on my nieces, my cousins, anybody I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
I worked in Cherry Creek, so it wasn't really like the area for braids. But I would just practice on my boss or my mannequins, and sometimes little girls would come in and I would do something fun for them. But I just decided that I wanted to pursue braiding more. So I actually took a year off from doing hair in general. I moved to another state. And then I came back, and braiding was taking off, and I was like, I know how to do this. Like, I'm going to try and pursue this and stick with it only. And so I did, and I am here now, and I am super thankful for the people that I've met, the opportunities that I've gotten, and it's been really good. It's been really fun, and I just love inspiring others. I like to collab with others. That's one of my favorite things to do. And I'm starting to dabble a little bit in men's cuts, but I'm not going to be like offering them anytime soon yet, because
I'm going to help her with that. I'm going to help her with that. She's going to be fine.
Yes.
That's good. So braiding right now is all you specialize in?
All I specialize in. I do trims for like my long haired clients, because obviously you need to keep up with your trims. So I do offer trims for them as well, but I don't do any more color. Obviously the family makes me, of course. Yeah. But you know,
yeah. But then they have like those pomades that are true to the color. So if you have black hair, you can put fluorescent green on, and it's true to the color without any chemical manipulation.
Those things they're so crazy.
Yeah, you could change your hair color with every outfit if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's always fun.
So you've obviously blown up. I mean,
thanks.
I mean, some of these guys come in here with, I always tell my clients, send me 2 or 3 different, braids, and then I'll let you know which one I'm the most comfortable with, you know. But man, they come in with some of these extravagant, designs, and I'm like, no. But I always, refer them to you or Exie. But I
appreciate that.
I think you guys are probably too booked anyway.
Yeah.
What is your booking like right now?
Unfortunately, I'm not taking new clients at the moment. I have a 4-year-old son. And so my first priority is him. I'm a mom first, and then I'm a braider. And so my schedule works around his schedule. So that's why I'm not as available as I'd like to be. But he did start preschool again this year, but this time he's full-time. So before he's been part-time, and that's why my availability wasn't that great. He was going from 12 to 3. Like, who has time to do anything? And so I was working only in the evenings and on the weekends. And so Now he's going Monday through Friday from 8 to 2:30. So I'm trying to still make time for myself because I know that if I open it up, it's going to be insane and I'm not going to have any me time. And that's important in our industry because we just get so wrapped up in, giving to others that we forget about ourselves. And so we need to really focus on like self-care because if you're not good, your clients are not going to be good.
No, not at all.
So thankfully I am going to be hopefully opening my books in the next couple of months.
Good.
I'm going to fill it out for August and a little bit of September to see how it goes and see how my scheduling is working with my new hours and then go from there and we'll see kind of what is on the agenda for new clients because I love new clients. They're my favorite. I love getting to meet new people and I always feel bad when people see me in person and they're like, oh my God, you're AB. And I'm like, hi. And they're like, but you're not taking new clients. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
I know. That's tough. But I mean, like you say, you have to put your family and yourself first.
Yeah.
What do you tell your clients? Come loose? Do you wash them? Do you have them come washed and loose or what?
So I have them come wash because for me, I have an in-home salon. I work from home. It's easier for my son. It just works with me and my schedule. So I don't have a sink in my room. I just have like a room that I have kind of committed to my salon. And so I don't have a shampoo bowl. So I have them come washed, preferably blow dried or picked out at least. If they don't come, it's totally fine. I'm able to blow dry them. I just make sure I, wet them down and then use a heat protectant and all of the good things. But I 100% they have to come washed. And, preferably like freshly washed, but I'm not picky. Yeah. But I just have them come washed and then either I blow them out or some of them blow their hair out themselves. Really just depends on the client.
That's nice.
I have some men that actually blow their hair out too, and I love that for me.
Yeah. I would love that. I've only had a few do that, but it's in it. I mean, I don't mind blowing it out. I'm fast. Yeah. I got to the point to where if it hurts, I'm sorry, but we got to get through this.
And that's what I tell my clients. I'm like, if you cry, it's extra. I charge extra because you're not crying in my chair.
Right. Unless we're talking about something dramatic.
Right. Okay. Right. That's different. If it comes to me like touching your head, braiding you, or like blow drying you, you're not crying.
So tell me the aftercare. When you're done with the braid and everything, what do you tell your clients usually?
I usually tell them, make sure you do not submerge your head into water. Make sure you're wearing your do-rag. If you can wear a shower cap, absolutely do that in the shower. I just tell them, if you're at home, wear your do-rag or your bonnet, depending on, guys, girls, and preference, because I have some guys that prefer a bonnet over a do-rag all the time. So I just make sure that they know that, as long as it's wrapped, it's going to be protected. And so if they're just being lazy, having a lazy laundry day, stay home and wear your hair wrapped up, and it's going to make you have that longevity that you're wanting.
Now, as far as like, how like after a couple days, even within a week or so, it starts to look fuzzy. What do you tell them then?
I usually tell them to get a foam mousse.
Yay, me too. Yes.
And then I just show them how I do it. I usually tell them, put it on there, put your do-rag on, and just let it chill and let it dry overnight. Usually I tell them to do it the night before because then it has all night to dry. I tell them to lay a towel down over their pillow because, like, obviously the foam is wet. So I tell them to do that. Or if they're in a hurry and they forgot to do it the night previously, to put on the foam and then blow dry it. If they don't have access to a blow dryer, it will obviously dry on its own.
Because it's pretty thin.
Yeah, exactly. It's that's why I tell them to use foam mousse instead of regular mousse because it's more airy and it has like the foam aspect, so it's gonna like subside faster.
So so when the hair is like in its natural state, right? It's almost like protecting the scalp. So like when we braid it, your scalp is more exposed to the elements, right? So it dries out quick. What kind of oils are you telling them, or what to maintenance that?
I usually tell them to do either peppermint, tea tree, or black Jamaican castor oil. There is tropical roots actually is one of my favorites. They have a really good it's a Jamaican black castor oil, and they also have a growth oil that is really good too. Okay. I have some clients that use it religiously, and they say that they can tell a difference, but I also feel like it's because your scalp is being stimulated from braiding also. But if it works for them, it works for me.
So is that a spray? A spray oil?
Yeah, it's a spray oil. So it has a little nozzle to spray, so that it's just harder with like the oils that have the big openings because then they're going to dump it all over. So I usually buy also at the supply store, it's like a little tube. and I'll get that for them also, and they could buy that from me as well.
Okay.
So I just get that, or you could get that on Amazon. So I'll have them take a picture of it.
Yeah.
So they could just purchase it on Amazon.
You do work just like me.
Okay.
You like the things you tell them and everything. I'm like, man, this is like listening to myself. So let's talk about some of the products we have here.
Yeah.
So that was the spray oil, and then let's start with your braiding gel.
So my braiding gel,
depending on the hair texture.
So it really varies for me. So I do all hair textures. I do straight hair. I do curly hair. I do thick, thin, all of the things. So for my curly haired clients, I usually stick with my Shine and Jam, just basic yellow one. That's my preference. For almost everybody, I can get away with doing this one. But if they have super, super coarse, thick hair, I will use the Shine and Jam Magic Fingers. This one has a little bit more hold and grip to it. And then I also use that one for my finer haired clients because with straight hair, it doesn't have any texture, a lot more slippery. And so whenever you go in with this one, it still does hold. So what I was doing before is I was mixing an edge control with this so I could grip it. But then I found this one when they came out with this one, and I love that one because it has the grip to it, and it has the hold of this one too.
Okay.
And that one is really nice. I really like that one. But there are times that I'll still like mix a stronger hold gel. So this is a newer one that actually the supply store, whenever I go to the supply store, I spend hundreds of dollars at one time because I live in Lakewood and it's all the way in Aurora. And so I'm not trying to go back and forth.
And this shit's not cheap anyway.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so go ahead.
So this one, the supply store actually recommended it to me. He was like, hey, you come in here every month and spend lots of money. Like, I think you should try this one. And I was like, absolutely. I love a recommendation. So this one is really, really good. It's super, super tacky. And I usually mix it with this one in order to make it more silky because it is super, super strong. But I do use this on my edges and to keep those either, edge control, like to do your little swoops, or I use it if they have a lot of breakage or if their hair's like just unruly in the front. I will put this along the hairline in order to help me out.
Okay.
So this is kind of just like when I need the extra hold, then I usually kind of tap into this one.
This one reminds me of a product that I started using called it's the Brat.
Oh my gosh!
What is that?
Yeah, it starts with a K, but I don't know the name. I just came across it recently.
I love it because at first I was like, I don't know, but man, it is grippy and it holds.
I've seen other braiders use it recently, so I'm definitely gonna have to try it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So this one I just found recently, this braid formula. And this whole big container is only $30, and it works so good. It's like this one. It doesn't have a smell. This one's like non-smelly, but it is super. It's super gritty, and it still is very slick.
Yeah.
And so I was trying this one, and when this dries, it's like you're not going to get frizz for a while.
What?
It's great. You're gonna have to try this one.
Okay.
Because I have someone fairly close to me that I use this, that I'm like, you're going to be my test dummy because I can actually see what's happening because I see them very often. And so I'm like, I'm going to have to use this and see how it does. And there's a couple clients that are more regulars that I was testing it on because I'm comfortable with them and they're, able to do that. But they're the frizz just was not coming for a while.
Yeah.
I was super stoked about it.
That's really good.
So the only thing was she was telling me that she's like, this is the first time that my braids have ever hurt with you because of the gel. But she was like, it's not because of your braiding. It's because the gel is so stiff that like the braids like don't have any give. Like it's just super, super tight.
So they grow out a little bit. Huh?
Exactly that. This one has aloe vera in it and it smells amazing. And it's like one of my favorites too. But this is the one that I actually used on her, and yeah, she said that it was really, really tacky, and so that's really nice.
The one I usually use is this one.
Yeah,
it's a little looser.
Yep,
I see the difference.
Yep.
And then this is the black castor oil that I like to get off of Amazon. And what's nice about this is that you get this big of a bottle for like $14.
Ooh.
And it's natural. It's all natural.
Yeah.
And I've even used it on my eyelashes just to rub it in.
Yeah.
And my eyelashes have grown.
Stop.
No, really.
That's awesome.
I'm like, drink it.
She's all, let me pour this all
Right.
over my eyebrows.
And then I like to use something like this, just like, just to refresh the scalp and to condition, like stuff like that. I don't
Leave-in
know.
conditioner.
And then of course, the foam.
Foam mousse.
I don't know. What foam do you like?
So I usually do like a foam mousse like that, but this one is actually really good. This is made by Braiders for Braiders. So it does come out more like a regular mousse,
right?
But it's formulated so that it can let the scalp breathe still. It's not going to build up that residue. So this one is made for Braiders by Braiders. It has no alcohol in it. It has all kinds of stuff, extra firm holds. It helps with like flyaways and all that. So this one's definitely really good also. So I usually put this on after I'm done with the braids, and then I'll put my Got to Be Glued over that.
Just like a hairspray?
Yes, it's a hairspray. And so I don't use a crap ton of that one because it's a hairspray.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very firm hold.
And that's
Schwarzkopf. Yeah. Schwarzkopf.
So let's talk about, so this is all amazing stuff. In fact, you've turned me on to some stuff I'm going to try.
Okay.
And then we got to talk about this one. I mean, this is Eco Gel. That's easy for anyone to use, but I like to use this only like if I'm going to do twists.
Okay, agreed.
Because it allows the hair to swell. Because this other stuff is going to be so heavy, it's going to
I usually use a cream.
Do you?
Like a lock or a curl cream.
Okay.
Depending on what kind of like twist I'm doing. But some type of like locking gel that's specifically made for doing twists and stuff is what I like to use. But I do have clients that don't like the stickiness. But there are some clients that don't like gel at all. So then that's when I go in with the cream.
Okay.
And I'll use the cream instead. But I use the Echo, however you say it. I use that gel for my slick ponytails. So whenever I do slick ponytails, I use that for the slickness. And then whenever I braid, I use my regular gel.
Okay.
Just because it has that like slick factor to it, and it kind of just like is more more slippery. So it's just easier to manipulate the hair while doing a ponytail than these ones are going to be because they're so thick.
So let's talk about the business end of it, right? How much money do you think in a year's time is expenses?
Oh my gosh!
Because I'm over here. I'm consecutively every year. I'm looking at between $35,000 to $45,000 just in product, equipment.
Equipment too. I mean, you definitely do like more cuts and stuff, so that definitely makes sense. So for me, I'm spending anywhere from $300 to $500 a month on product, and so it obviously adds up a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, so like you go to Sally's, right?
No,
I'm just saying. They have these small little tubes of this shit.
Yeah.
That's one client. I mean,
Absolutely.
you have to use a lot sometimes, especially if they have really thick coarse, curly hair.
Yep.
You have to use a lot to just like
smooth it out so that you can get it nice and slick and
I always tell people at Sally's, this is one client. This is ridiculous. You know what I mean? That's why I don't shop here. But anyway.
Yeah, no, same. I go to my local supply store.
Right. Or Amazon. I mean, I hate to say it.
Well, I mean, Amazon is great, but I just feel like they upcharge for a lot of things, especially the Shine and Jam, because like I used to go on amprogel.com to get my Shine and Jam because that's the manufacturer. And so I used to go on there and buy my gel on there and buy it in bulk. I would have it like cases delivered because it's just that much easier. I didn't have to go anywhere. Obviously, I'd still have to go for like my other products, but I could get my Shine and Jam, my mousse, and my oil sheen spray from them. And that's like half of my trip.
So let's talk about rubber bands, because rubber bands, you could get them dirt cheap if you want somewhere, like for $1 or $2. But I feel like sometimes you have to be careful what you're getting because they'll snap on you, and then it's wasted time, and you're, they're cut too thin.
Yeah, I didn't even bring my my rubber bands, but I used it's like the little jar that's purple on top. I'm not sure the name of it.
Get them. Where do you get them at?
Just the Beauty Supply Warehouse, or at I go to A1 Beauty and B&B Wigs and Beauty, I believe it's called.
I'll have to send you a link. I found I think for $6 you get like 1,000, if not more, like in a jar this big, and they are good and strong.
Ooh, good. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. So the ones that I get are similar to this, but there's not this many, and yeah.
And they're $6.
Okay.
For all of them. How many does it say?
$2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually you're spending $3 for like 500 somewhere.
BB poo.
I'll send you the link.
Okay,
It's on
yeah,
Amazon,
please do.
though.
Yeah, please do.
And let's talk about no shows. Do you
Well,
get any of those?
sometimes it's very rare because I have my policy super strict.
Okay, what is your policy?
So I have, if you're a new client, you have to put down a deposit. It's usually 50% of the service. It obviously goes towards your service. But if you are a returning client and you do a no call, no show, it's pretty much like strike one. You have to pay, in order to book again, you have to pay 50% of your previous appointment that you no call, no showed. I mean, I definitely could be a little bit more strict and just tell them they have to pay it all. But I do 50%, so they have to pay half of their service that they missed in order to rebook. And then in order to rebook, they have to put down a deposit, and it's non-refundable. And it's part of the total, of course.
Yeah. Now, if there's a blizzard,
obviously.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm giving you your money
but
back.
see, here's the thing for me. Communication is key, especially for me, because if I'm going to an appointment and there's traffic and I'm going to be 2 minutes late, my eyelash lady knows. Like, I'm going to tell her because I'm immediately on Google Maps, and I've been there a million times. I've been going to her for 10 years, and I still put her address in Google Maps because you never know what traffic is going to be like. We have technology, so we need to use it. So there's no excuse. You can't just not value somebody's time because they do hair. Like, that's not okay. This is our livelihood. This is, if you don't come, we don't get our paycheck. And a lot of people don't understand that.
What irritates me is that I'll come here for a client and they won't show up. There's people that need in that I can't even fit in,
and
because,
that's the thing.
Or walk-ins will come in and sit down there and stare at you like, why aren't you working? Why can't you take me? Because I'm waiting on someone. I mean, and it's like basically I tell people, it's like if you go to work, right? If you go to work and you sit there for an hour and a half with no pay, would you do that?
Right.
Like, that's what I'm dealing with, you know?
Exactly.
But I haven't gotten on online booking yet. I'm a little
I don't have online booking. So I don't have online booking because I'm a little bit of a control freak.
I am too. I kind of wonder if it will be to the advantage, though.
Well, but see, here's the thing: is you just have to be super stern, like super strict with your stuff, and just be on top of them, because that at the end of the day, they're gonna have respect for you. And so, with me, I just have it laid out all on my policies, on my highlights. It's all laid out for them. So whenever they're like no call, no showed me, I'll cancel, or I'll no call, no show their appointment because I have a booking app at least. And it'll send them a text message saying that they no call, no showed me. And so they'll either be like, oh my God, I totally forgot my appointment, or like they won't hit me up for a few days or weeks or whatever. But then when they do hit me up, they're like, sorry about last time. And I'm like, oh, it's fine, but you owe me this much money in order to book again. And then obviously you have to put down another deposit. And so for that part of it, that's part of my policy, is that you have to pay 50% and you have to pay 50% for your new appointment as well as your old. So I have that in place. And then if they no show me a second time, they have to 50% of their appointment that they missed out. They have to pay 100% of the appointment that they're about to come to, and it's non-refundable even if they don't show up.
Okay.
And then if they no call, no show me a third time, it doesn't have to be simultaneously.
Yeah, out of there. I'm fired.
No, literally, I've fired clients before because I'm like, you don't respect my time.
Yeah, no.
And I don't take new clients because of people that are here and present and want to be here. And so your spot that you had, I could have taken a new client. And so I fire them. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't braid you. I'm not going to do that because you've clearly shown me that you don't respect my time. And it's another thing, like I always say communication is key. So if you're running late, just tell me that. But if you're going to be, my policy is 5 to 10 minutes. If you're going to be late within that time, then we have to shorten what we're doing.
Change it up on the braid or something.
Yeah, but you're going to pay full price because that's what you booked for.
Right.
It's not my fault that you're late.
Right.
And so even on my policies, it says, make sure that you put my address into Google Maps beforehand, because you get a confirmation text when I book your appointment, which is usually a month out. And so you have access to that. And so earlier in the day, you need to see how long it's going to take you. Give yourself time for traffic. It's Denver. We're getting busier with traffic. It's nothing new. This is not new. You are an adult most of the time. And if you're not, your parent is taking you and they're adults. So put it in Google Maps. If it says that you're going to be there at 6:36 and your appointment is at 6:30, it's nothing to be like, hey, B, I'm running 6 minutes late. I'm like, all right, cool. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate that. But if I'm sitting there waiting for you, I don't know if you're coming or not.
Right.
And then when you show up 10 minutes late, I'm irritated. And it's very clear, and I need to work on that.
Well, no, I get irritated too. And I mean, I don't know how to get around that or get better at that. But then what happens is then now you don't get a lunch. Now you have to hurry up and rush through their service to get done to the next service, which can spill over into the next guy. The next guy that shows up on time or early is having to wait 20, 30 minutes because this guy, it's ridiculous. And then it's a domino effect throughout the whole day.
And that's that's part of my policy too, is if you're 15 minutes or more late, you're not coming. You have to reschedule. And if it's a long appointment that you're coming for, like 3 hours long, then I will take you, but I'm shortening up what we're doing. We're going to reconfigure what was going to go on your head.
Get one box braid. That's it.
And then we're going to have you pay full price still, because again, it is not my fault that you are late. If you obviously, like, I understand stuff happens, and I understand family emergencies, you got stuck at work, I get it. But you also have to understand that this is my livelihood. And if you're not willing to take care of my livelihood because of your mistake, then we're not compatible.
Absolutely. I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So like when someone does cancel or needs to cancel, how far in advance?
24 hours or more. Usually, so they will get a reminder text and email. So there's no excuse. Text and email 24 hours before their appointment. When they get it, if they're not texting me like, oh my God, I totally spaced it out, like I can't come tomorrow, then, and they message me like the morning of, I'm sorry, but I'm keeping your deposit if you're a new client, or if you had a deposit down, or you have to put a deposit down for your next appointment, because I could have filled your spot.
Yeah.
Easily.
And
in
what
24
booking
hours.
app? Is it the booking app that lets them know?
It's called Fresha.
Fresha
Partner or something like that.
Okay.
It's free. I don't pay for it.
Oh, wow.
It's great. And it sends, I do pay $2 for extra text messages, because they only give you a certain amount of text messages. And I have so many clients and they're booked out months in advance that I need those extra messages. So I definitely pay for that. But other than that, it sends them a confirmation text and email, a reminder text and email, a thank you at the end, and it has like a link to leave a review.
Nice.
What else does it have?
I don't know, but I need that.
No, you really do. It's amazing. And like, it has like your whole schedule, and you can block days out, and you can have it just for you to see, or you can pay for the online service also. And I've heard that the online service works too, because I've put some of my clients that are stylists on, and they absolutely love it too. So
I'm doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's great.
So where can we find you at?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Braids_by_AB_LLC. It's kind of a lot, but
that's okay.
But yeah, just Instagram and TikTok are my two main platforms that I work off of. I do have an email. It's braidsbyab@outlook.com. But normally I do my bookings all through Instagram.
Yes. And you do amazing work. I'm so proud of you.
I
love it.
Thank you.
Yay. And just keep it up. If there's anything I can do, I'm happy to teach you how to, fade properly and stuff like that, and get the lineups in there, because that really does bring it all together.
It does.
It really provides a really good service, so that your clients get that final, it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, I know. I just am I love the community so much that I really don't mind saying like, here's some good barbers.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do have clients that beg me, that they're like, please just learn. Or, I would love to have that available for clients that are like, my barber canceled on me and I leave for, vacation tomorrow. Like, that would be great. And so I have been practicing, and I am doing really well.
Good.
I just need to get comfortable doing different textures of hair.
Yeah.
Because the person that I work on, she's mixed, and she is Black and Mexican, and so her hair is really, really nice, and it's curly, and it straightens out great. So I feel like when I'm blending, it's easier to blend textured hair.
It really is. I'm gonna tell you, my clientele is 95% Black, and I prefer to work on that hair because it's the easiest to fade. It braids well. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, and actually, I love to, like it, Latino, Hispanic hair, it blends really pretty too. But that's my preferred.
No, my preference is African American. Like textured hair is my preference all day.
Yeah, like if we're artists, our preferred medium is oil painting or
exactly.
It's black. It's black hair all day long.
Yep, I love it.
So, well, great. You guys, check her out. She is like, I'm telling you, there's only 2 braiders. I mean, there's some talented people out here, okay? But the 2 that I follow the most is AB and Exie. And I'm going to try to get Exie in here too one day.
I'll tell her.
Yeah, tell her. She's got to come.
I will. I'll be like, girl, you need to do the podcast.
But you guys check her out. One of the baddest braiders in Denver here. I ain't afraid to say it.
Thank you.
But check her out. Follow her again. And you're on
Instagram and TikTok at braids_by_AB_LLC.
Thanks a lot for tuning in, Denver. We're over here at Hollywood's Barbershop on Chopping Up with Shelly, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.